So, today is part 2 of my huge Black Friday haul. And we are stepping up the game. We have some beautiful dream scents from the Dior Privé line, some cozy BDKs, and a Xerjoff that I have been wanting for ages. Grab a tea, get cozy, and let's see if these were worth the splurge. Hi there! Welcome to my channel. My name is Diana, and I am a fragrance enthusiast who has been collecting fragrances over the last 5 years. Here on this channel we talk about all fragrances. It doesn't matter if it's niche, designer or Middle Eastern. The ultimate goal is just to smell good and feel good. Okay, so let's start with the fragrance that we could call Christmas in a bottle, but make it expensive. So it is Starlight from Xerjoff, and this is the packaging, and the beautiful bottle is sitting inside the box like this. So this fragrance was part of my original wish list that I posted a couple of weeks back. So Starlight opens up with some bright spicy bergamot and some fresh cardamom. It is quite aromatic, but as it settles you get almond and cinnamon that will give some warmth and coziness. It's very calming as well. It is basically a gourmand, but it's not a sticky one. It is rather slightly savory, if anything. It is spicy, woody, ambery. So basically, if you want to smell like the most sophisticated person at a holiday party, then this is the one. In my part 1 video, I also mentioned that I got some more BDK perfumes. I really like how BDK crafts their scents. Somehow their fragrances are different. They are often light and airy, but still with quite some good lasting power. The first one is Bouquet de Hongrie, which is honestly a special one for me. It is not necessarily my scent profile. It is very girly, very light, very pink smelling, but still a bit in a sophisticated way. The reason why it is special for me, because I haven't really talked about myself yet, but I am originally from Hungary, living in the Netherlands for 7 years now. And somehow this fragrance just brings a little ray of sunshine to my collection and reminds me of my roots. You get pear, blackcurrant and strawberry at the top, so it is quite fruity, but then this beautiful Turkish rose starts blooming. It is clean, it is musky, it is just an easy reach when you want to feel pretty and polished. It is also a perfect office scent. Since there was a sale at one of the retailers, honestly I couldn't leave Velvet Tonka behind. So if Bouquet de Hongrie is the office scent, then this is for curling up on the sofa. This is strictly for almond lovers. It smells like basically marzipan, orange blossom dusted with some powdered sugar. There is also a little bit of a tobacco note listed, but don't be scared, it just adds some extra texture to the tonka bean. It is powdery, nutty and incredibly smooth. It literally feels like velvet on the skin. Also, a little bit of break. Maybe one more thing that I forgot to address in my previous video. I recently heard about some controversies around this brand. I cannot comment on the one which was about the brand owner allegedly supporting Israel, as I did not find really any evidence except for some TikToks talking about it. And yeah, on this channel, we don't discuss politics. If you have any real evidence or trusted information, then please feel free to share it. Correct me, but please be respectful. But the thing that I want to talk about, it was a comment about the brand name itself. It really made me laugh. So someone on TikTok said that BDK was named after BTK. Now, if you know, then you know. I'm pretty sure that David Benedek, the founder, who is originally from Romania, if I'm not mistaken, had no idea what or who was BTK and simply just named the brand after his last name, Benedek. This brand is from Europe, just as I'm sitting in Europe right now. And even though social media helps us to be up to speed with the happenings around the world, we have our own news stories. We have our own culture, politics, and we don't necessarily know everything about the US. And it works exactly the same way, the other way around, which is absolutely fine. So let's just be kind to each other. But anyways, let's go back to the fragrances. Now, for something a little bit different. So you guys know that I love finding hidden gems, and I tested one very, very recently. This is Not Innocent from Eveilleur. This is a niche house that definitely deserves some more hype. I really love this bottle design, if I can get it out. Yes, sorry. So I really love this bottle design. It was definitely born to be on the display. This fragrance, as I learned, is actually inspired by a Croatian dessert called rosata, which is a kind of rose liqueur custard. And eventually, that is exactly what it is. You get orange, rum, milk, toffee, and rose. It is very creamy, lactonic, and sweet, but the rose note keeps it from just being a plain vanilla. On the skin, the dry down is very comforting, warm, sweet, with some slight nutty facets. It is not a bismuth fragrance, but it is definitely something that will last for a good 5 to 6 hours on the skin. Okay, so there was one perfume that has been living in my head rent-free for a while. It was Maison Margiela's Afternoon Delight. I have tested it multiple times, and yes, it is a bit flat and it is a bit generic, but I really like that it was an easy reach for me when I wanted to smell like sweet but not too cloying. This season, somehow I'm gravitating towards sweet, cozy, and slightly powdery scents, so this is currently right up my alley. I like that it is lighter wearing, and I can also imagine it can work very well for layering as well. My juice is quite light and transparent, but I have seen that my older sample turned much darker, so I'm giving it some more time to fully mature before I give a detailed review. Okay, so let's talk about Dior. I've always wanted to try their fragrances, but yeah, they are expensive. But now I finally pulled the trigger on Vanilla Diorama. And I have to say that I have had this in my head for a very long time. But I actually never pulled the trigger and never put it on my wish list. Somehow I wanted to hold back on designer privé collections because they are expensive, but I guess now I'm down the rabbit hole. This is not your basic cupcake vanilla. This is a very grown-up vanilla. It's inspired by a dessert that Christian Dior loved. It has this warm cocoa, orange, and rum opening. It's spicy thanks to the pink pepper, but the dry down is this rich bourbon vanilla that smells really luxurious. It's warm, slightly boozy, and incredibly refined. And finally, the one that I was the most excited to get from the Dior line is the new Rose Star from Dior. So this was created by Francis Kurchan, and he has been doing some interesting things with this private line, so I really wanted to smell this. When I tested it first, I did not really give it a stellar review as it came across a little bit sharp and synthetic to my nose. However, when I wore it as a full body wear, things have changed. I realized that it is very similar to a long discontinued fragrance that I simply adore from M. Micallef, Mon Parfum Crystal. So this is a luminous, slightly spicy rose. It opens up with some zingy Sichuan pepper and pear, which makes it feel very modern and bright. And then the heart is just pure high-quality rose with some non-animalic honey, which sweetens it up. If you loved Mon Parfum Crystal, then I recommend to give this one a try. They are not exactly the same. I would call Rose Star as a slightly less sticky version of Mon Parfum Crystal. So, was the damage worth it? I think so. I'm honestly so happy with how diverse this haul turned out. We had the spicy Starlight, the cozy Velvet Tonka, and the elegant Diors. But now I'd love to know in the comments, which one of these would you reach for first? And did you pick up anything during the sales that I need to maybe check out? Let me know below. Thank you very much for being here today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And until the next time, just keep smelling good and feeling good. Bye bye.